We live in an era of absolute documentation. Almost nothing on this planet escapes the lens. We have moving footage of the last Tasmanian tiger. We have photographs of the quagga pacing in its enclosure. We even have a photograph of a wild Javan tiger prowling its native forest in 1938. But for one of the most majestic predators to ever walk a tropical paradise, history refused to save a single frame. The Bali tiger is the only modern tiger subspecies to vanish without a single photograph or video of a living individual in the wild. All we have left are cold, brutal photos of dead trophies. How did the supreme ruler of a tropical paradise disappear so quickly, leaving behind nothing but silence? To understand the tragedy, we have to travel back 10,000 years. During the last ice age, the islands of Sumatra, Java, and Bali were connected to mainland Asia. But as the ice melted and sea levels rose, a population of tigers found themselves trapped on a volcanic speck of land, the island of Bali. Confined to an island of just 5,000 square kilometers, these tigers underwent a fascinating evolutionary adaptation known as island dwarfing. To survive with limited space and smaller prey, they evolved to be the smallest tigers in the world, about the size of a mountain lion or a leopard. They were uniquely beautiful. They carried short, dark, yellowish-orange fur with fewer, thinner stripes, occasionally dotted with black spots. On their heads, they wore bar-type patterns. Their most striking feature was a bright white underbelly that met their dark orange coat in a sharp, elegant, curved line. They were built for agility, hunting Javan rooster deer, wild boar, and monkeys through the dense volcanic slopes. For centuries, the indigenous people of Bali lived alongside the tiger in a delicate spiritual equilibrium. The Balinese feared the tigers, viewing them as evil spirits, and even ground up their whiskers to create a mythical, deadly poison. But this fear was balanced by profound respect. They coexisted, leaving the vast interior forests to the king of the jungle. That ancient equilibrium was shattered in the 16th century with the arrival of Dutch colonial settlers, armed with firearms. To the colonizers, the forests of Bali were not sacred. They were a commodity. They began clearing the tiger's habitat to make way for massive palm plantations and irrigated rice fields. As their forests shrank and their prey disappeared, starving tigers began preying on livestock. The colonizers declared them a pest and organized systematic exterminations. Their methods were brutal. They tied live bait like goats or muntjac deer to posts, hid heavy paw traps in the soil, and shot the trapped tigers at point-blank range. This wasn't just predator control. It was a sport. A single colonial gunmaker and hunter named E. Munout single-handedly killed over 20 Bali tigers in just a few years. On a tiny island with limited forest cover, the tigers had absolutely nowhere to run. By the turn of the 20th century, they were pushed to their absolute final refuge in the rugged mountains of northwest Bali.
On September 27th, 1937, at a place called Sumbar Kima in Western Bali, a hunter pulled the trigger on an adult female tiger. She was the last confirmed Bali tiger ever recorded. Though rumors of sightings persisted into the 1940s and 50s, the species was functionally gone. In 1941, the government finally established the West Bali National Park, but the sanctuary was a monument of regret. The protection came when there was nothing left to protect. In 2008, the IUCN officially declared the Bali tiger extinct. Today, the roar of the Bali tiger is lost to the forests. All that physically remains of this unique creature on the entire planet are just 10 skins and skulls preserved in museum collections. The British Museum in London holds the largest archive, with 2 skins and 3 skulls. The rest are scattered across Stuttgart, Frankfurt, Leiden, Budapest, and Bogor. But is this truly the end of the story? In 2017, the IUCN Cat Specialist Group revised tiger taxonomy. They realized that the extinct Bali tiger, the Javan tiger, and the living Sumatran tiger were not entirely different species. Instead, they all evolved from a single ancestor, the Sunda Island tiger, Panthera tigris sondaica. This genetic connection gives us a radical dream for the future. Because the Sumatran tiger is the closest living relative of the Bali tiger, we hold a key to restoring what was lost. If we can aggressively protect the Sumatran tiger, restore the forests of West Bali, and rebuild the prey populations, we could one day translocate tigers back to Bali. The island of the gods could once again hear the roar of its king. But we are running out of time. Indonesia has already lost 2 of its 3 native tiger populations. The critically endangered Sumatran tiger is our absolute last chance. Every time we purchase products containing unsustainable palm oil, we actively fund the destruction of their final home. The tragedy of the Bali tiger, a creature that vanished before we could even record its living image, is a warning. It reminds us that extinction is final. But it also tells us that we must act now, before the last wild spaces of our world fall silent forever.